such an asshole.
Continuing on with the Clarey test request number 2 of 3. Let's make sure we're recording because StreamYard decided to get cute one day. I'm like, well, you're not really recording. We improved it. And Hat, good old Hat down there in Arizona, he says he sent in 3. Salma Hayek, Sydney Sweeney, and the S&P 500. I know. And in terms of the real one, he says, on the real waifus, ask yourself, would you go on a date with them? Well, yeah, I guess I'd go on a date. Well, now that I think about it, with Salma Hayek, I wouldn't. Because a date involves talking. I don't say that funny or, oh, he's a little banger. No, I looked at her background. I looked at Salma Hayek's background. It's not impressive, like personally anyway. I wouldn't want to talk to her really. So I don't know. I see what your question is now. Would I want to go on a date with Sydney Sweeney? We'll find out. Would you smash? Obviously, that has nothing to do with personality. And how many kids? None. It would only be practice. So let's look up Sydney Sweeney. I forgot her name has an EY at the end when I typed it in before. All right. The most hated woman in America because she's white and pretty. And all you guys are assholes. Where the hell? Why? What? Do you remember when you just typed it in and it popped up? Okay, born 1970s. She was born when I graduated from college. She's an American actress. Early roles, Handmaid's Tale, 2018. Wider acclaim. Okay, so let's do the math. She was 21 when she started acting. So again, as per Salma Hayek or any young actor or actress, you're probably working a real job at that time, learning lines. I don't think acting is a real profession, but that doesn't mean it isn't real work, right? You know, Anderson Cooper, as much as a Nepo baby piece of shit that he is, he actually has to put in a lot of work to deliver his lines. It's like, op, Democrats are awesome, suck Obama's dick, op. Thank you, Robot Cooper. Is he even on anymore? I don't know. Kids aren't watching it now. Quentin Tarantino. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Where was she in once? What? Hang on. Sweeney. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I saw that movie. I don't remember her in it. Boy, that's her. Well, she ain't done up in this one. What character was that? Was she just one of the hippies? I think she was just one of the hippies. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting. White Lotus. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Early life. Born when Cappy was a college graduate in Spokane, Washington. Mother was a former criminal defense lawyer. Father worked high. Lakeside home, family inherited for 5 years. She came from wealth, or at least upper middle income. So we got a point against her. She has said her family is religious, attended St. George School in Spokane. Okay, so private school, soccer team, the snow slalom ski. Oh, if you're on the ski team, yeah. You're one of the, no offense to her, but you're one of those assholes with your ski tickets on your Columbia jacket. This was before her time. She doesn't know what I'm talking about. Wakeboarding accident. These are very upper end hobbies. Combat, hyperactivity, interested in acting, shooting area, pursue acting, 5-year. She presented them with a 5-year business plan. So it sounds like even though she came from wealth, the parents were industrious. Audition, commercial jobs. In the family temporarily resided into moving unless 13, high school robotics and math club. Valedictorian? Hello, no wonder everyone hates her. She's a pretty white girl who's smart. We gotta, should we shoot her now or wait till we get home? Worked at Universal Studios, but left after she was hired for an acting job. 2009. How old are you? This is she was a kid. Horror comedy 90210. Grey's Anatomy. Of course, she's in the ascending career now, so she's working now. She has boobs. She's kickboxing. Upcoming endorsements, social media, brand care, Dr. Squatch. If she's listening, for the love of God, young lady, do not get in politics. Just a conservative or a Democrat. I donated my time to help out the orangutans of Mexico. Just don't. Personal life, dating, businessman Jonathan Davino. Hey, engaged. They produce films together. Oh, wait. Then they separate in 2025. Okay. How about and another thing? Just I don't know if you knew this about Hollywood. Just give up on the marriage thing, okay? Just stop. Just focus. It's just me. Automobile enthusiast. She's restored a 69 Bronco to 65 Ford Mustang. Holy shit, look out. This is a real American gal. No wonder you people hate her. I don't even think she has tattoos. Okay. She does come from wealth. Did she go to college at all? Valedictorian, robotics and math. So if she did go to college, it wasn't for that. Briefly attended University of California. Oh, she briefly attended. What'd you study, Sydney? Fledgling. White Lotus is true. Kelly Clarkson. No initial clip. Tenure short-lived. Impact. Been trying to break into business. Lived in one room. Oh, okay. Mom and I shared a bed. Dad, little brother shared a couch. Where's the college degree? All right, let's do AI. I hate doing AI. What did Sydney Sweeney study in college? I guess I'm gonna do what you kids do. Pursuing a degree, business contracts with a focus in screenwriting, business through sub-major in screen university music, pursuing double major film. Oh, and English. Oh, Sydney. Jesus Christ. In UCLA, she majored in business. Oh. Why don't you take a letter or a lesson from Cindy Crawford and go major in chemical engineering? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess it's the same thing, like Cindy Crawford and then Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren, I think he has a master's degree in chemical engineering, but he just got paid so much more being an actor. I understand why people, the millions of dollars Pepsi tossed Cindy Crawford's way. Yeah, you're not going to make that as a chemical engineer. Sweetheart, you don't have to go to college for this shit. just study accounting. There you go. So she gets a point against her for majoring in dumb shit. She did drop out, so that's good. So worthless degree came from all. She gets a score of 2. Would I like to have a beer with her? Yes, because unlike Salma Hayek, who did the typical Hollywood things, this gal seems to have a different mind. She's restoring old cars, probably has swung a hammer. I got to imagine she's fixed up some cars. Like she actually did some of the work herself. She's in jujitsu. She's in boxing. She came up with a business plan, presented it to her parents. I'd imagine dad is very well invested in her life. In other words, she isn't just a pretty face. There seems to be a human being there. So yeah, I would have a beer with Sydney Sweeney. Would I vote for her? Yeah. It's not would I vote for her. It's could she run for public office? A little young, a little inexperienced. Maybe over time, I'd vote for her before I'd vote for Selma Hayek. Yeah, she's better than any career politician, of course. But I'd be reluctant to. I'd be kind of like, you're not old enough to be an independent-minded human being about politics. You would be a vessel for other people like Ocasio-Cortez. That girl's dumber than shit. I mean, she's literally a container for other people to tell her what to do. She does. I mean, she'd end up becoming probably a right-leaning version of Ocasio-Cortez, but not as stupid, obviously. She should just stay in Hollywood. Yeah, she got years experience like Mel Gibson, right? Mel Gibson at 25 should not run for office. Mel Gibson now absolutely is old seasoned man. Sydney Sweeney, if you became an old seasoned woman, fine. But yeah, I'd later maybe. There we go. All right. Any super chats? We got no super chats. That's it. See you guys later. Toodles.